Most guys think they understand women. They're dead wrong. Imagine spending your entire life playing a game where you don't know the real rules. That's exactly what's happening to men right now. Every day, millions of guys are getting played without even realizing it. What if everything you've been told about women is a lie? Not just a small lie, but a massive story that's been hiding the truth for generations? There was a guy named Friedrich Nietzsche who saw through this story over 100 years ago. While other people were talking about love and romance, he was uncovering something much darker. He realized that women aren't the sweet, innocent creatures everyone talks about. They're survival experts who know exactly how to get what they want. Let me break it down simple. Women aren't just sitting around waiting to be picked. They're like expert hunters, carefully choosing their path. Every move they make is calculated. Every smile, every text, every little action. It's all part of a bigger plan. Think about dating apps. Why do 80% of women chase the same 20% of guys? It's not a coincidence, it's a strategy. Women are playing a completely different game than men, and most guys don't even know they're losing. This isn't about hating women. This is about understanding how things really work. Nietzsche saw that women have a secret power. They can make men do exactly what they want without the man even knowing it. It's like a magic trick, but with psychology. Most guys are walking around thinking they're in control, but they're not. They're following a script they didn't write. Every time you try to prove your worth, every time you change yourself to impress a woman, you're falling deeper into a trap. The truth is brutal. Women aren't looking for nice guys. They're looking for guys who don't need their approval. They're looking for winners, for guys who have their own path. Nietzsche figured this out way before anyone else. He saw that attraction isn't about being a good person. It's about being strong. Not just physical strength, but mental strength. The ability to know yourself and stick to your own path. By the end of this, you'll see women differently. You'll see yourself differently, and you might just understand the hidden rules of the game that nobody talks about. Are you ready to know the truth that most guys are too scared to hear? Here's what most guys don't realize. The stories we tell about love and relationships are destroying lives. Every single day, men are paying a massive price for not understanding how attraction really works. It's like walking through a minefield blindfolded, and the explosions are your broken hearts, empty bank accounts, and shattered dreams. Let's talk about what happens when you don't see the real game. Imagine spending years of your life trying to be the perfect guy. You work overtime, you buy gifts, you change everything about yourself to make a woman happy. And what do you get? Dumped, replaced, ignored. This isn't just bad luck. This is what happens when you don't understand the real rules. Take divorce, courts. Men are getting destroyed financially. They're losing half their stuff, paying huge amounts of money, and watching their entire life fall apart. Why? Because they believed in a fairy tale that was never real to begin with. Look at modern dating. Guys are spending hours on apps, throwing money at subscriptions, trying to get attention. But 80% of men are fighting for the attention of just 20% of women. Those aren't good odds. That's a losing battle. Young men today are facing a crisis nobody wants to talk about. Depression rates are skyrocketing. Guys are feeling lost, confused, and completely powerless. They're told to be sensitive, but women want strength. They're told to share their feelings, but that kills attraction instantly. The cost goes way beyond relationships. When men don't understand their true value, they stop trying. They give up on their dreams. They settle for less. They become shadows of who they could be. Nietzsche saw this coming long before it happened. He understood that when men don't see the real game, they become victims of their own confusion. They throw away their power, their potential, their entire future, all because they believed in a lie about how attraction works. Think about the guys you know, the ones working dead-end jobs, afraid to take risks, the ones who've stopped believing in themselves, the ones who've given up on their dreams. This is what happens when you don't understand the truth about women and attraction. But here's the scary part. This isn't just about bad relationships. This is about your entire life falling apart. Every time you change yourself to please a woman, you're losing a piece of yourself. Every compromise, every fake version of yourself is a step towards becoming someone you don't even recognize. The stakes are simple. Keep believing the lies, and you'll lose everything. Your confidence, your dreams, your sense of self, your entire future. Nietzsche wasn't just talking about dating. He was talking about survival, about understanding the brutal truth of human nature, about seeing the world as it really is, not how you wish it could be. This isn't about being angry. This is about waking up. This is about seeing the game for what it really is. Because the moment you understand the truth, everything changes. Your relationships, your confidence, your entire life. Are you ready to see what you've been missing? Let's talk about real power. And trust me, it's nothing like what you think. Most guys believe power is about muscles, money, or loud arguments. They're wrong. The most dangerous power is the kind you can't even see, and women, they're masters of this invisible weapon. Throughout history, women were blocked from direct power. They couldn't vote, couldn't own property, couldn't lead armies. So they developed something far more powerful, the ability to control everything, without looking like they're controlling anything. Imagine a chess game where one player moves the pieces without touching them. That's how women operate in the real world. Take a typical relationship. A guy thinks he's making decisions. He believes he's in charge. But watch closely. Every single decision is actually being guided by subtle signals he doesn't even notice. A slight change in her tone, a look, a strategic comment. These aren't accidents. These are calculated moves. Nietzsche saw this decades before anyone else. While other philosophers were talking about love, he was watching how women actually navigate the world. And what he discovered was brutal. Women don't fight. They influence. Let's break down how this works. In the animal kingdom, male lions fight for territory. Male deer lock horns. But female animals? They're playing a completely different game. They choose, they select, they survive. Women have turned this into an art form. They don't need to argue. They make you believe something is your idea. They don't need to fight. They make you want to do things for them. It's not manipulation. It's survival strategy. Look at social media. Who's really running the show? Watch how women create entire worlds of influence. One post, one story, one comment can change everything. Men are fighting in the comments. Women are changing the entire conversation. This isn't about being good or bad. This is about understanding a deeper truth. Women learn to survive by understanding human psychology at a level most men can't even imagine. Think about job interviews, corporate meetings, dating, social circles. Women read the room in ways men never will. They catch tiny signals. They understand emotions. They know exactly what buttons to push to get what they want. Nietzsche believed this was evolution in action. For thousands of years, women couldn't use physical strength, so they developed something more powerful, the ability to understand and shape human behavior. Most men are walking around like they're in a movie about their own life, but they're actually just characters in a script written by someone else. And that someone? She's been writing the script since before you were born. This isn't about blaming women. This is about seeing the real game. The game most men are too blind to even recognize exists. Power isn't about being the loudest. It's about being the smartest. And in that game, women have been champions for centuries. Are you ready to see the moves you've been missing? Forget everything you know about attraction. The truth is way darker. Women aren't looking for love, they're looking for survival. And survival means finding the strongest possible partner, not just physically, but in every way possible. This isn't a choice. This is hardwired into their DNA. Every single move a woman makes is about one thing: selecting the best possible genetic and social outcome. Romance, that's just the packaging. Let's get real about how this works. When a woman looks at a man, she's not seeing a person. She's seeing a complete survival package. Your job, your status, your potential, your ability to protect and provide. Everything is being calculated in seconds. Nietzsche understood something revolutionary. Attraction isn't about being nice. It's about demonstrating value. The more you try to please, the less attractive you become. Women are drawn to men who don't need their approval. Think about dating apps. Why do 80% of women chase the same 20% of men? It's not random. It's a brutal selection process. Women are looking for signs of strength, potential, and survival value. Your cute messages? Basically meaningless. Here's how women's instincts, your confidence, your social standing, how other people react to you, your ability to solve problems, your potential for growth. All of this happens in moments. Most guys think attraction is about being a good person. Total mistake. Attraction is about being a strong person. Not just physical strength, but mental strength. The ability to stand your ground, to have a purpose bigger than seeking approval. Nietzsche saw women as masters of this selection process. They don't fight, they don't argue, they choose, and their choice is ruthlessly efficient. Look at successful relationships. The guys who win aren't the ones begging for attention. They're the ones with a clear mission. Women are drawn to men who are building something, men who have direction, men who don't need validation. This isn't about being cruel. This is about understanding the raw biological truth of human attraction. Women are programmed to find the best possible partner for survival and reproduction. Your emotions, your feelings, your romantic ideas, they're just background noise in the selection process. The guys who get it understand one thing. It's not about impressing women. It's about becoming someone impressive. Not for them, for yourself. Nietzsche believed most. Men live their entire lives not understanding this basic truth. They're playing a game they don't even know exists, trying to win by rules that don't matter. The moment you understand this, really understand this, everything changes. Your relationships, your confidence, your entire approach to life. Are you ready to see the truth? Most men are too scared to face. Most men are prisoners, and the walls of their prison are built from romantic lies. You've been told fairy tales your entire life. Love conquers all. Be a good guy. Sacrifice everything. These stories are a trap designed to keep you weak, controllable, and miserable. Nietzsche saw something most people are too scared to admit. The real revolution isn't about fighting women. It's about breaking free from the stories you've been told about yourself. Forget everything society taught you about relationships. Real freedom starts when you stop being a character in someone else's story and become the author of your own life. What does that actually mean? It means understanding that your worth isn't determined by female validation. Your purpose can't be about pleasing others. Your life is about something bigger. Think about the most successful men in history. They weren't guys desperately trying to make women happy. They were men with a mission. Men who were building something larger than themselves. Men who didn't need approval because they were creating their own world. Women are drawn to men who are going somewhere, not men who are trying to go wherever she wants to go. Your path matters more than your attempts to please her. Most guys are walking around like lost puppies, changing themselves, giving up dreams, sacrificing everything for a chance at attention. And what do they get? Ignored, replaced, forgotten. The truth is brutal. Women respect men who respect themselves, who have boundaries, who have a clear vision, who don't fall apart the moment things get difficult. Nietzsche believed that humans are constantly creating themselves. You're not a fixed thing. You're a process, a constant becoming. And the moment you understand that, everything changes. Stop trying to be what you think women want. Start becoming the most powerful version of yourself. Build skills, create value, develop your mind, build something meaningful. Your job isn't to make women happy. Your job is to make yourself extraordinary. This isn't about hating women. This is about understanding a deeper truth. Relationships aren't about finding someone to complete you. They're about two complete people choosing to walk together. Most relationships fail because men enter them from a place of weakness, seeking validation, hoping to be saved, begging to be chosen. That's a losing game every single time. Real connection happens when you're fully yourself, when you're not trying to be anything other than who you truly are, when you have a purpose that excites you more than any relationship could. Nietzsche saw beyond the surface. He understood that true power comes from inside, from understanding yourself, from building something meaningful, from refusing to be controlled by external expectations. The world doesn't owe you anything. Women don't owe you anything. Your life is your responsibility, your creation, your masterpiece. Are you going to keep living someone else's story? Or are you ready to write your own? This isn't the end. This is your beginning. Everything you've heard so far isn't about hating women. It's about understanding a deeper truth about human nature, a truth most people are too scared to face. Nietzsche wasn't trying to give you a weapon against women. He was giving you a mirror to see yourself more clearly. And that mirror is brutal, unforgiving, and absolutely necessary. Here's the hardest truth. The problem was never women. The problem was always you. Every complaint you've made, every failure in your relationships, every moment you felt powerless, it all comes down to one thing: your understanding of yourself. Women aren't your enemy. They're not your saviors. They're human beings playing a survival game that's been running for thousands of years. And Most men are losing because they don't even know the game exists. Real power isn't about controlling women. It's about controlling yourself. This means knowing your worth isn't determined by female attention, building a life so compelling that relationships become a bonus, not a necessity, understanding that your purpose is bigger than any single relationship developing. Skills that make you valuable, creating a mission that excites you more than any romantic fantasy. Most men live their entire lives as victims, blaming women, blaming society, blaming everyone except the one person who can actually change their life, themselves. Nietzsche believed in something revolutionary. You're not fixed. You're a constant process of becoming. Every day you get to choose who you want to be. Every moment is a chance to rebuild yourself. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop hoping for an easy answer. Real transformation is hard. It requires you to look at yourself honestly, to see your weaknesses, to face your fears, to rebuild yourself from the ground up. This isn't about pickup techniques. This isn't about tricks to get attention. This is about fundamental personal transformation. The guys who get it understand one thing. Your life is your creation. Nobody else can live it for you. Nobody else is responsible for your happiness. Women will respect you when you respect yourself. Not because of what you say, but because of what you do, because of who you become. Nietzsche's final message was simple but powerful. Create yourself. Be your own project. Make your life a work of art so compelling that the world can't ignore you. This is your wake-up call. This is your chance to stop being a passive character in someone else's story. Are you ready to become the hero of your own life? The choice is yours.